welcome to our super episode, crossover episode with the bosses and with the parallel boys. Well, I call her the bosses now because you're part of the bosses now.
I'm the bosses.
Yeah, you're part of the boss masses.
Even though it's only me.
Yeah, it's only you, but hey, you have a lot. If you think about it, your podcast is about being a boss. So all those people who contact you are bosses.
That's true.
So
That's
you see,
true.
with the bosses and with the parallels.
The bosses and the
Oh,
parallels.
you know, it's good. Yeah.
Hi, Turkey. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Thank you for asking.
So we're doing a super crossover, parallel and boss episode, and and happy birthday, Betty!
Happy birthday, Betty.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot which one.
Happy birthday, Betty! Happy birthday, Betty! Yeah, how many birthdays do you have already?
Happy birthday.
Or maybe you don't want to tell your age, maybe.
No, I'll tell my age. Actually, I was just talking to my Uber driver.
Yeah.
And
That's a
he's
new way of
like-
therapy right there.
No,
huh?
for real. And it's networking too because he followed me, I followed him. And I don't know, maybe I'll shout him out, be like, hey, I just talked to my Lyft Uber driver. And he turned out to be really cool.
Wait, is he a Lyft or Uber?
Yeah, what's going
Whoa.
on?
I don't know. I did a Lyft.
Come on.
It was a
Okay.
Lyft.
All right.
But you know, it's
But
crazy
he
how
probably does Uber too. I
Lyfts are
imagine.
just Ubers
Stick to the
now.
brand. Stick to the brand.
And we were talking, and then he mentioned, he's like, "You surprised me. I thought you were a young college student." I'm
I do that to talk with everybody when they meet you. Like, how old are you? Like,
and, well, he didn't want to. I think they were like trying to figure it out because they're like, we're talking about New York and how long I was there and when I moved there, and I think they did the math. So
Wait. There's two people driving you?
no, one.
You said
Uber
they did the
driver.
math.
Yeah, you said they.
did the math.
Okay, he
Uber and the
did
guy did the math.
Yeah.
Uber and me.
I don't know. Something about the
Uber and
story is a
them.
little sus. You know what I mean?
Little sussy right
and
there.
And so they figured out that I was like basically almost 40, and no, I'm not almost 40. I'm 34.
So they found out you're
I'm
a
34 today.
grown ass woman. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I'm 34 years old.
Grown ass woman. You're what's that one documentary you're watching?
Which one?
Documentary.
Documentary.
Yeah, the one we did on Max.
Max.
Yeah, the little girl.
Oh, that was a crazy one. It's effed up.
Yeah.
I forgot something Natalia Grace or something.
Yeah, Natalia. You
It's a
haven't seen
fucked
it?
up documentary.
Yeah, I
It's a
heard
lot.
about that episode.
Little
I
girl.
heard that episode that you guys
Man, that's a heavy one.
did. But I was like, that sounds like not.
Yeah,
I
it's
would watch.
bad.
It is insane. It's a good watch, to be honest. But yeah, your fourth episode's in already?
Yeah, four episodes.
Yeah, no, wait.
Four.
4,
Your
yeah.
4 episodes in already?
This is a
She doesn't even
bonus
know.
episode.
Yeah.
Brr, 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 you know? And I wanted to do this. So thank you, both
thank
the
you.
parallel
I mean,
boys.
I'm glad that we were able to make it, squeeze it in, because
Yeah.
I hear my boy that don't want to wake up.
Damn, it's 11 o'clock.
I know, it's just, it's a process.
I mean, but
you know?
I do have to hand to him. He works pretty, he doesn't work too late, but he works late enough where, at the point everybody's already done with their day,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, and he's barely going into work, you
Yeah.
know? It could be a little drastic, you know?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
thank
true.
you. That's the first time you ever backed me up on anything.
I always back you up on everything. What are you talking
You
about?
know what I mean? Like, first time ever.
I always
thing for
back you
everything.
up. I always back you up.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, Willis. But yeah, so four episodes in.
4th episode.
How has the journey been with the editing?
That podcasting.
podcast.
Can I ask you, what is the hardest part so far that you've been like, okay, I can see that you're going with the flow here,
Mhm.
but what is that thing that's like, man, it really took me a while to get over the hump?
For podcasting. I think it was
Just getting started, huh?
Just getting started. I mean, you guys remember I told you guys that I was going to do this a
Took
year
over
ago.
a year. Yeah. I think it was around the time you came, right? The first time? Oh, the first time we did an episode.
An episode, and I immediately got hooked. I was like, this is awesome. I want to do this. But I think what stopped me from doing that, for why it took me so long, was because I didn't want to get equipment. I didn't want to learn the Roadcaster. I didn't want to edit. I didn't want to do every learning thing that I needed to learn. But it's actually not bad. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
it's a process. I mean, well, for you, I think it's more a process because, like, you actually have like a certain thing you want to talk about in every episode, and so
Not always.
not always.
I think I always.
Do you free flow in your episode? Like, do you like all of a sudden like you're like this is what I want to talk about, and then go with that?
Yeah, I mean, I try to write out points that I want to talk about, free flow points, not everything scripted out to the T.
Okay.
But I have scripted out things to a T sometimes, and then I just veer off the script. But I think what helps is that I know what I wrote, so I can always come back. And I'm the type of person that goes into tangents.
Okay.
So if I start talking about, if
Me
I
too.
start talking about something, I need something to put me back on track about whatever I was talking about, because I will talk about anything and everything, and that's not. But this is the reason why I wanted to do a birthday bonus episode, was because one, I wanted to have fun. I have fun with you guys.
Yeah.
And you guys are, for those of you who are listening, Lalo and Turkey have been my friends for like
Years now, I think.
years.
What? How
Over
many
a
years?
decade for sure.
Yeah, like over 10 years.
Yeah, over
Over
a decade.
10. No, I mean,
We've been out of high school for like what? A long time.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy looking back.
I think
it's
we're
like
on
a
our
long time.
second 10-year reunion, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is it already 2 decades? I don't know. It
No.
could be
Close.
20 years.
It
It
could
can
be
be 20
close.
years. Yeah.
It's
But yeah,
long
it's been a
time.
long
It's a
time.
long time.
No, almost. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
God
16.
damn, we're feeling older. I graduated when I was 18, so. Well, I was
I think
a year
I think
behind.
everybody graduates when they're around 18.
Yeah, but I was
Yeah.
like still almost a year older because I was held back a year for my birthday.
Oh, yeah, because you're
Oh yeah,
December.
because you're like late in
I'm
the
a
year.
December baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, huh?
So I was older than most of my. Well, I wouldn't say much older, like by 6 months, or a few months. But unfortunately,
Mm.
the cutoff line is like I think June or
Yeah,
July.
June.
So yeah, so anybody after that is like they have to be held back in the year to go to school.
So the biggest challenge so far was that initial fear.
It was
I
the
heard
learning
tangents.
curve.
Is
That's just
Is it safe to
And
say you're past that, or you're still shaking that off a little bit? You're still getting used to it.
I mean, I'm still learning. I think these past 3 episodes. Sorry, I thought it was like there's something with my audio.
no. I
Really?
hear it, but when you talk, it kind of picks it up a little bit. But it's
Yeah.
fine. It's nothing
Yeah, it's
bad.
like some noise outside or something.
Yeah.
The first 3 episodes, editing wise, was I honestly, I think the first episode I recorded like 6 times.
Oh wow.
So
Oh,
I
really?
recorded six times, and I kept recording. I kept trying to edit. It was a total hot mess. And you remember, I would go to the library and I would
Mhm.
call you, Lala. Remember,
Yeah.
I don't know what to hook up. what-
Damn. Yeah. I was like, I don't even know what to do with this. I don't recognize that
I would
system.
FaceTime you, remember?
Yeah.
And I would say, hey, what is this?
Damn. What does this button do? Do not press. Okay, I'm gonna press it.
Hey, but that's really fucking cool. Like you went
Yeah.
in there, you didn't know shit. You know what I mean? You're like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fucking try it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's usually where people just turn away, like, fuck this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't want to do this.
I don't want
Yeah.
to. So,
I know that feeling.
but you
I
guys
do it
are
every
my
day in life.
inspiration. You guys are
Yeah.
my inspiration. And that was that. I learned, and then finally decided, you know what? I stitched together one episode, which to me was a major accomplishment. Just
Okay.
to put together one episode. That one episode actually didn't make it. Like it's in a vault somewhere.
yeah. We have
Um,
we have a few of those.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're not the type that if you don't like something, you don't delete it. You just store it away.
Yeah, I don't delete anything.
You don't delete anything.
Because you never know
Yeah.
where you could use it somewhere else. But
Okay.
I was so proud that I did one episode. I had learned how to crossfade and everything. I was like,
Mhm.
damn, look at me with my crossfading.
Yeah.
And I had Sean listen to it, and he said, yeah, it's pretty good, it's pretty good. I think it was about
Shout out to
12 minutes, but I didn't like it, and then I decided, okay, let me do another one. Now I know how to record and how to edit and how to put it together,
Yeah.
how to like do an intro, how to do the outro, whatever.
Mhm.
But it took maybe a few tries to finally feel satisfied
Nice.
with like
Yeah.
yeah. So, but how about you? How would Turkey? You've been learning how to edit podcasts.
See, I was one thing I wanted to bring up because when I spoke to you, you're like, I think the most funnest part about an episode is editing. I was like, Turkey doesn't take it as fun. So
It's not that I don't take it as fun. It's just my well, the type of work I already do already kind of falls into that. So it's like for me, I just associate it with work. Like I don't see it as fun. You know, see what I'm
So
saying?
is your favorite part
Just
recording?
just recording, just
Yeah.
having fun.
be on the
Yeah,
mic. Same.
Yeah.
yeah. That's the only reason. Because I mean, I'm already familiar with the editing process and all that stuff. Like it wasn't new to me, but at the same time, I'm like, it just feels like work. You know, not in a bad way, but it just. You know what I mean? I like how Lalo just looks away to his phone, like when I'm talking about it. You know, it's like,
What phone? You have a camera now, so
Yeah.
you can't say that I was
Oh
on
yeah,
the phone.
we might do a video.
Yeah.
But if you don't see a video with this, y'all,
That means it
you
didn't
know
happen.
why.
That means it didn't happen.
yeah,
Yeah, it
just,
didn't happen.
yeah. I don't think Betty liked it. That's why she's like, nah.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's scratched. She's probably gonna put in her vault. She's gonna put in her vault. It's
I'll
fine.
put it in my vault. Yeah, I know.
And then we'll never see the day of light of that.
Yeah, but speaking of editing though, I do have a bone to pick with you though.
okay.
Can I be honest?
You can
Don't get-
you
don't get-
can pick a bone with me.
I mean,
But don't get mad though.
Okay.
So a long time ago, oh shit, you feel that? It's a fucking earthquake.
I mean, there was 2 earthquakes yesterday. To be
Holy
honest.
shit! Did you fucking feel that? All right,
Are we in Earth?
No,
it's a bad omen. Okay.
this building could collapse. So
This building's gonna collapse
Oh,
any day.
shit, earthquake.
earthquake.
But a while ago, I did do a promo for you, and you,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you never
Oh.
effing heard it.
I heard it.
Maybe
No,
we
you
should
didn't.
put it
Yes,
for
I
her.
did.
Or maybe we should put it for her on
Yeah,
the thing here.
Okay, you know what? Do you want to showcase
Maybe-
it? You want
maybe-
to
maybe
get it
get the
out of
Wait,
the
you
vault?
have it?
You
We
want to
have-
get it out of the vault?
We have it.
I know I have it. I still
Yeah,
have
we
it,
have it on the thing.
but it's too late now. And
Oh,
now
it's
you
too
have
late.
to you have to explain yourself.
Okay,
Who made your new little beat, your new song?
no one.
She made it,
You
dude.
got
I
it.
didn't know. It was a free stock music
Oh,
that you
okay.
download.
That's cool.
Yeah, you can just
Turkey actually did one for you, like legitimately.
a stock music.
I made it from scratch, even the music.
What?
Yeah,
Crazy.
You didn't tell me that.
I told you all that.
No, you didn't.
I told him to tell you.
I know. I
Well,
told him.
that means you told them. You didn't tell me.
Why am I always the middleman between you two? Why am I like I don't know? And all of a sudden, somehow you guys are texting each other, and I'm just like, bro, like talk to her directly. And then you're like,
Well, this is why. Because I'll text Turkey
like, he doesn't answer.
and his ass will be like, oh, yeah, let me talk to Lalo. Talk to Lalo. So I'm like,
I mean,
okay.
Technically, I had to be to like, okay, because we were supposed to go over there. I mean, she was supposed to come over, but then she goes like, hey, you know what? It's better if we do it at my house. Is that what happened? And then like, oh, no, actually, I offered that, you know what? Maybe we could still do it. Maybe we go to your house. I mentioned that, and I
Yeah.
told Turkey, hey, maybe we go to your house and do it. And I was like, but I have to wait for Turkey to wake up.
Yeah.
Then I texted him, hey, dude, like, she said we go to her house and do the podcast. And then out of a sudden, it was just like, I was a middleman between both of you. Like, no, she's coming over. No, wait, Turkey wants to go over there. I'm like, come on, just figure it out.
Well, no, because I know how Turkey is, right?
It's because I'm really grumps in the morning. Like,
God,
No.
Jesus.
I'm really, and then when I wake up in the morning, I like to wake up, look at my phone, and then go back to sleep.
You know, that's a good topic for me that I would like to talk to you guys about. Like, because, like, I know you deal with a lot of, like, bosses and, like, is it grumpy bosses where you're like, just don't want to do shit sometimes? Like,
I mean,
there's-
I don't like to
this
do
is just me. They describing me right there. He's a little grump out there. Like,
I'm a little
should
grump
should
in the morning.
grumpy people be bosses?
Yeah, I mean, they can be bosses. I mean, I think.
No.
I
Hey,
think-
I just feel like they sometimes, if you have too much of a grump, then like this dude.
Well, you can learn how to not be.
Turkey,
so.
can you start learning how to stop being a
Do you need
grump?
some of my coaching?
It's not even that. It's just like when I wake up, like I keep explaining to him. It's like starting an engine. You gotta wait for it to warm up. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna. Like Lalo is just like a. I've said this before. He's like a golden retriever. Like he has that golden retriever personality where he's just always like happy and hyper. And I'm the opposite. You know, like I'm a cat. You know, like I just stay away from me. I'll come to you when I'm ready. You know what I mean?
No, but even then, when he comes to you, he still has that face sometimes.
Yeah, it takes a while. It takes a freaking minute. You know what I mean?
Morning
Am I-
routines. Okay, tell me
is there
about
something
your
wrong
morning
about that?
routine. Tell me about. Well, no, but
It's because I'm very moody. Like as a person, I'm very moody. It's either I'm good or bad, and then it'll eventually balance out. But it takes a while.
yeah. I mean, you're a Cancer.
Yeah, I'm a Cancer.
Okay, I'm
That
a
means
Cancer.
Y'all killing people though. Y'all killing people with your
With your
grumpiness.
emotions.
Yeah,
With your
Yeah.
with your
emotions.
grumpiness and shit.
I'm just really moody. I think that's
Yeah.
why. I don't
Well,
think
happy
I'll understand.
birthday, Turkey,
Thank
by
you.
the way.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
this
why didn't you
this
text
is
him?
also a crossover birthday, Turkey and Betty episode.
It
Yeah.
is.
How old are you?
I'm 34. It feels like that, huh? It actually feels like 34.
You're the same age now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I remember. You know what's crazy? I always forget my dad's birthday because it was either the 21st or the 20th. Then I remember your birthday all the time. So I was like, oh, when it's your birthday, it's his birthday. So I don't know why I couldn't remember my dad's birthday all the time. I thought it was always the 21st, but it was the day of your birthday. So
20th.
the 20th.
Did
yeah.
you wish him happy birthday?
No, I'm actually gonna go see him. I'll surprise him later on. I don't want to text him because I want him to kind of think I forgot, and I just
Oh,
want to just go and
damn.
surprise him.
Lalo's a little toxic sometimes, even with family.
How's
huh?
that toxic? That's fucking like it's gonna show up like. Oh,
Can we
like,
talk about Lalo's toxicity a little bit? Come on. Let's
So let's talk about toxic relationships. No. And how they impact your boss self. No, I'm just, I don't
nah.
know.
I'm not toxic.
But going back to
No.
the bosses, like, what's the worst boss you've ever had? Is there a boss that just stands out? Where like you don't have to name any names or
I can definitely
anything.
tell you the worst boss. I mean, it's sad because I'm a woman, and 1 in 2 women experience sexual harassment.
Oh no way!
And this boss definitely sexually harassed me. So,
Oh shit!
yeah.
No.
I
Was it-
mean, yeah.
Was it like physical or like?
I mean,
mostly
they were inappropriate, and
It was just like an
Like
appropriate.
catcalling type of
Wow.
no, they were definitely predatory and
Oh,
inappropriate. And I mean,
Was this a while
think
back or recently?
Yeah, it was when I was working at Ralph's. I don't know
Oh,
if
You
you
worked at
remember.
Ralph's?
Yeah, do you remember? I was working at Ralph's when I was in college. It was my first job ever as a deli. I used to work in
oh,
the
so
deli.
you used to make. You used to be at the
Damn.
deli.
Yeah,
That's some good-
I used to make some good sandwiches.
They
I was
got-
a sandwich
They got
artist.
some good potato salad. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that was my first job. It was the worst job ever, not just because of the smell of chicken that
Yeah.
I would come home with every day.
It's like something like chicken, huh?
Yeah, but
This little
obviously
Betty.
the
This little Betty's smelling like chicken.
yeah, it's terrible, terrible.
Wait, did you leave because of that, or did you? It was other
It
multiple
was a chicken.
reasons.
It was a chicken smell.
Chicken smell, boss, and I got another job eventually.
okay.
Yeah,
A more
mean, I-
promising job.
But that was the
Yeah.
worst one. Like, just
that
stands
was.
out.
I mean, by far,
Yeah.
if you're gonna, sexual harassment is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Damn.
I was thinking about it the other day. Actually, I was like, man, I should have reported it because then someone else probably would have experienced
yeah.
that.
It's like
There
could've been like a
It's like
chain.
that chain. Yeah,
Like a
that
chain
effect,
reaction
you
there.
know.
Yeah. So that was bad. But yeah, what's your worst boss, Lalo?
I think when I was working at Universal Studios, I had this.
shit.
He was
Make
very.
sure nobody listens to that.
Nah, it's
Not
fine.
even.
He's in jail, I think.
Oh
Okay.
shit!
Yeah, he's
Fuck,
in
that
jail.
escalated quick.
Like after, because he was like, they were very micromanagement in that company, but I learned a lot. But still, at the same time, like we had this boss who was just like, I don't know, it was just the way he approached you and asked you for things. It would be like, I need it now, I need it now, I need it now, I need it now.
Yeah,
He
that's
was
the
a
worst.
micromanager.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, like, dude, you just asked me to do something. Now you asking me to do something else. I can't get it done at once, you know. I remember one time too, he just kept on texting me. He asked me to go in earlier to work.
Ugh.
Yeah, I was supposed to go in like at 4, and it was like 1. Like, hey, can you come in right now? And then I was like, yeah, I'll go right now. And then he's calling me, and I answered one of his calls, and I fucking hit a car from the back. Luckily, it was like little, like my only like the license plate like kind of just like chipped off. The guy goes like, "Oh, don't worry about it." I was like, "All right, cool, thank you."
Don't worry about it.
The guy goes like, "No," and he had a kid too, and I think maybe he didn't have insurance or anything like that. So
That was probably the case.
yeah, and then I was like, "Oh, it's cool." So I gave him like $100. I'm like, "Here, just take this." That's what I had in my pocket, and I just laughed. And I'm like, so I even get there to work, and I'm even more fed up with this guy. Like this guy's just like on my ass. It's like, okay, make sure everything's set up. Like that's why I came early. Like chill, bro. Like. But yeah, then after that, after I left that company, apparently he got like, I think he got caught like talking to some like 13-year-old girl or something like that. Yeah. So
Yeah, this fucking
That's
podcast
why
is going
you-
real dark.
yeah, dude. Yeah, it's true story. I'm not sure if he's still in jail. I'm pretty sure he still is, but not sure. From what I heard, that I guess he was gonna meet up with this girl. And then the sister caught it on her phone, and they bait him to come in or whatever. Then that's how it happened.
No,
I don't know. I'm sure they
so.
bait him. I don't know the true story, but that's just what happened. But I know it was for sure for that reason. Yeah, but that was like that was the craziest boss I ever had.
Damn.
Okay. What about you, Turkey?
Oh, Turkey had so many bad bosses.
Yeah, I mean, it's mainly the micromanaging. It's like people just have like control issues, and then just learning how to navigate around that. I think is the thing was like, okay, you can't really do anything about it. You just
because they're your boss.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
you can manage up. There,
Yeah.
there is a way to manage.
So
up,
now-
but
Unless they're like controlling that, like okay, like
That's why, like, for me, like, I've adapted to. That's why now I feel like that's why I'm this way is like I try to like clear out all the work as soon as possible, so it's like there is no issues here. And if there is issues, it'll be easily addressed instead of like you know what I mean. Like it's almost like, but now you're doing more of the work. Sometimes,
like mentally in a way, huh? Like
no, you gotta, yeah.
Because it's kind of like also you doing all the work, but also taking a big mental like.
So in a way, I don't know if it's people pleasing. I don't know, but at the same time, I was like, I just want to get them off my back, so I just try to get everything out of the way.
So you're like a little bookworm.
But I think it's just the way that you work, Turkey. You've always been that way. You don't like anybody
I hate
telling
people.
you
Yeah.
anything. You really don't like to be told anything.
Yeah, I don't.
I've seen that.
What do you mean? Explain.
What do you mean? I don't know.
Explain. I mean,
Yeah,
you brought it
please,
up.
please bring it.
explain.
You're the
Bring-
one who said it.
Bring it up to
What?
this cancer over
You're
here.
like, you said, I do everything up front so that you don't bother me.
Yeah, that's kind of like, hey, I already did it, so stay away from me. You know what I mean? Like, just it's
Yeah.
over there, it's done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Is that some sort of like avoidism, kind of?
No, I think it's
Is it just me
you.
trying to like try to clear everybody away
I
from me?
think-
Or
I
like,
think it's. I will say this. I think it's very typical of males to just say, "I just don't bother me."
I like to be called men. I'm just kidding.
Men.
Just kidding.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, but you've always been that way.
yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, Turkey's always been his own little thing. You telling me he would only go out if if he wants to go out.
You know what? I
If
know.
you
but
wanna
then,
invite
but
him
then
out,
he
he
gets
won't wanna go out.
mad
Yeah, he
when
gets
you
mad that
don't invite him.
If you invite him,
Yeah.
he gets mad. If you don't invite him, he gets mad. I don't know.
I think I just want the invitation and
yeah,
not go.
I mean, because you're an
And
introvert.
not go.
But I think for me, inviting you and saying I know you're gonna say no to me is a waste of my time.
But there's still, so as an introvert, I will say this. They still want to be invited.
Yeah, it might be still.
Even if most likely they're gonna say no, the invitation still means a lot.
It means a lot.
Yeah.
So next time, please invite me, but just know I'm not gonna go. Isn't that true though?
It's so no.
It's so fucking true. It's weird, right? You almost feel
I
like
mean, I talk about this as an introvert all the time about introvertedness. The invitation it means a lot, even though you're not gonna go.
It's
That's
almost
fine.
like it's almost like
you still feel welcome.
it's almost like acceptance.
Yes,
It's almost like
exactly.
acceptance, but also giving the person trust.
Yes, and their own space.
Their space.
And acknowledging
boundaries.
Boundaries.
That's the
they
word
have,
you're looking for.
You know, they're still people. They want to get invited
See,
to
but
places.
my boundary is like,
Don't waste my time.
Don't waste my fucking time. You know, like my bad. Sorry for the bosses out there. I'm cursing.
It's fine. My podcast is explicit.
Okay, because our parallel universe, we're all over the place. But yeah, I feel like if I'm gonna be a boss, I want somebody who I want to be someone who approachable, someone who's like, regardless if it's the morning, if I had my coffee or not, like, or if I'm having a bad day, I still want to be approachable. That's the image of me being a boss that I see in my space of this kind of work. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think I've always been like that. Even if I'm making my worst mood, I don't know, maybe a couple of times where I've gotten a little like, grumpy grumps like with turkey. But other than that, like,
yeah.
What is your worst case scenario being an introvert? Like, you wish that you could have probably done something you missed out on or something, because it is almost like a self-sabotaging type of personality, right?
I mean, I think I talk about this a little bit, and I don't know if it was I talked about it, but I don't think I've edited and released this episode yet.
This is the ones in the vault.
But there's it's a double-edged sword, because I don't like to use up energy,
Me neither.
And as an
wow, we're so like.
But you need to use your energy.
Yeah.
You need to use your energy. That's the problem.
But when you don't use up your energy,
it just pents up.
Yeah, it pents up, right? Yeah. You need to do something, but I think ahead to when I might be tired. That's why yesterday when you told me, hey, are you available tomorrow morning? And I was tired, so I was like, I don't know. I don't want to go anywhere. But this almost didn't happen.
Yeah.
This almost didn't
I know
happen.
that. I mean, I'm the middleman, like I'm the middleman.
Yeah.
I mean, I meant to hit you up earlier. I had band practice and some other stuff going on, so.
Yeah, but it's usually and if you ask me, even if it's future plans, and in that moment I'm not energetic, I'm tired, I will say no, because in that moment I don't feel good. Yeah, even though whatever you're asking me to do is in the future.
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah, so I think that's usually I've missed out on a lot of stuff because I'll say no or whatever. And then maybe the day comes and I feel better and I want to do it and I don't. Right?
Yeah.
So I think that's the
You know what I think
challenge.
the key is, though, for an introvert?
What?
Okay, you say yes to the thing, right? You commit to it, and then you go 10 minutes and you leave. You know what I mean? I think that's the way, right?
I don't think 10 minutes you leave.
You know what I mean? Like, you just disappear.
Yeah, just 10 minutes. Think about it.
You know what I mean?
So, yeah. 10
maybe
minutes, an hour.
Maybe 30.
An hour. Well, when I was back in New York and Sean had to move because of
Shout out to Sean.
his visa stuff. I was with Bailey. I had to take care of Bailey, and I was so happy that
he
whenever
left you. He's like, I'm so happy
he
he
left,
left.
and then I had to take care of Bailey, and I would be so happy when I would be out somewhere, and I would say, "Hey, I'm so sorry. I gotta go take out my dog." And that would be my
that would be your excuse.
And it wasn't a lie. I did. I had to go take out my dog. So that really helped a lot.
That helped a lot. Helped a lot to get it out of everything, huh?
Out of things.
I missed
early.
weddings. I missed.
Yeah, you want to be invited, but you want the boundaries of not going. You know what I mean?
You still don't want to go.
It's a very diva-like personality, right? It's like
I don't think it's a diva. Like I think it's literally you just want to be invited. You want to be included.
Yeah.
Even though you don't want to be included.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And but that's why I'm getting so many calls today.
I mean, it's her birthday, so
it's her birthday. She's getting a lot of phone calls
the boss coach life is catching up right now.
Yeah.
All the,
All that, yeah, I know. I didn't think about that. I was like, oh my goodness, but
it's all good.
But let's go. Okay, so I do want to talk about editing
Okay.
because I'm interested in why you don't find editing. I guess the process of editing isn't as great, but I like putting something together.
Yeah, the creative part of it.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost like a visual collage, right? You're putting it together.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like it's just raw audio
Yeah.
and then creating it into something cohesive in a story and then with music. I think that's fun.
You should listen to the podcast like when like we do like just a recording. You should see all the stuff I edit from Lalo shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? There's so much editing.
Nah,
like, it takes
not really.
hours
Leave
and
it-
hours
yeah,
upon
it's not a
hours.
lot.
It takes a
It's not a
lot of life out of me.
Well,
Yeah,
you
sure.
do. So your podcasts are usually an hour, which
Mhm.
are, you know,
I think we found our sweet spot, like an hour.
Yeah, an hour. I think the least we've done is 45 minutes.
yeah.
And sadly, our shortest one has been 45
Oh
minutes.
no, it's like 30 minutes, 39.
No, 45.
Yeah?
Yeah. 45 has been our shortest one.
But you edit that from a longer.
No, it was just,
Oh.
but honestly, there's some, the shorter ones really need less edit sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah.
so finally the car left. The car finally fucking left.
Okay, but I do have a question because for people that want to start anything from scratch, and I want to use the example of podcasting because there's something tangible
Yeah.
to create. What would you say is what helped you? And I know you've talked about this before where you were inspired by listening to some like another friend starting their podcast, but why
Ex-friend.
weren't you
Just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Inside joke. Inside joke.
Yeah. why did it intimidate, because it intimidated me, right, the process. So
Well, I mean-
what made it easy for you to just say, let me try this out, even though you had never done it before? Was it because you knew someone that
Turkey. Turkey.
I think that's what it is. I think Lalo was more in on like, hey, I could get the equipment and you do the editing. And I think that's why I pushed back a little bit in the beginning.
yeah
You know,
you didn't want to work.
Yeah, I just didn't want to work because I saw it as work, you know. And
No,
I
actually, the first episode we released and we worked on, I remember we had recorded that same day, and then we were up all night trying to just do the edits. Remember, you were editing on that corner right there.
I forgot.
It was like
while.
our very first I actually might have been the day after we had worked on it or something.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was our first one that we released as a bonus. We ended up releasing after, and it's before that one was recorded before our first episode. Before we were like really drunk on that one, but but that one we released it later on. We're like, you know what? Screw it, let's release it as a bonus. But that's one of them.
Yeah,
And,
I think that's what it was. It was just that he took the action, and then I kind of just was left with everything. He's like, here, figure it out,
Like,
you know?
Regardless of how many times you're gonna edit these episodes, make sure it's just $2,000 worth every time.
Yeah, he kept shoving the price in my face.
No, I
Like,
did
hey, this is
that.
how much I spent on all the equipment, and you know, it was kind of like
No, I did not.
Stockholm
I didn't do
syndrome
that.
at some
I
point. You
didn't
know?
do that. I didn't do that. Don't listen to him.
But for you, I could see the intimidation up front.
I mean,
Like,
I'm doing I'm still doing everything
you
myself.
faced everything on your own. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
how did you feel about that? I mean, you
I-
kind of already explained it a
I
little
mean,
bit, but
I'm glad that you found the
Yeah.
resources for it because, I mean, I don't think I would have ever gone to the library with Turkey. I could barely get him out of the house. Imagine going to the library.
dude, first of all, I didn't even know the library even did that. Has
Yeah,
that?
it's
or
crazy.
anything.
Yeah, no,
That's
it's crazy. They have a whole booth, a whole
Wow.
studio, everything you need, whether you want to do it from a roadcaster or directly to your computer.
Oh wow.
Or whatever. They have 3 microphones set up for you. They
So-
have the video ready for you to record
Wow,
yourself.
really?
Yeah,
So it's mainly like a sound booth, or what
it's
is
a
it?
sound.
Oh,
It's a soundproof booth.
And this is the
Wow.
Los Angeles. I shouldn't even say where
Yeah.
you record because then people are gonna be following you.
No,
But yeah, the
no,
library.
it's free resource. It's at the LA Public Library, in downtown, the main central
I
library
haven't
downtown.
been to that library in years, bro.
But it's the biggest one we have,
Yeah,
right, in the county.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to do podcasting, try that resource out. It's at least to learn, because that's where I went to learn
Yeah.
the editing and the recording.
How did you find out about that? Or you just kind of go there all the time?
No, TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
Wow.
cool.
They featured a
Fucking TikTok
Video.
does everything, huh?
a video that they had these free podcasting booths, and I just went.
Do you do TikTok with your like? Do you do clips for your TikTok? Yeah.
Now I am.
Yeah?
Yeah. So there'll be clips.
Okay.
But I think what I would suggest for people wanting to start a podcast that are doing everything on their own is to try and learn the editing process first, at least.
But you still have to
Yeah.
record something.
You
though,
still
for
have to record. Yeah, you still have to record. But recording's easy, right? Like, you just figure out how to record and how to plug things, and that's not.
So learn how to record yourself, then learn how to
then
learn how to edit.
Then edit.
Yeah.
YouTube University.
Yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube. YouTube is a lot of there's a lot of handy stuff in there.
Are you on YouTube yet or no?
No.
No.
Not yet.
Do you plan on or until you get video?
Well, we'll see what. Hopefully, if Lalo didn't.
What? Hopefully, what?
If you know.
You
things-
know,
you know
It's
what
been
happened.
edited out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see. Yeah, I want to do video YouTube. I think that's the next.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Now that okay. Now that you have started in the bigger picture, have you set a goal for yourself? Any goal, or just
so
keep
right
going
now, right now, my goal, my most short-term, closest goal is record 20 and release 20 episodes.
with it? Oh wow.
all at once?
No,
Oh, okay.
well, like get to 20 episodes, because I actually heard from someone that once you get past 20 episodes, that's when you can really say that you're consistent, and most people end up being long term. They
Gotcha.
continue with their podcast long term. And sometimes you don't see success after 20 episodes, maybe 100, 200.
Tell us about
So, I
it.
mean,
Your
if anything, we
50th
started off
episode.
strong.
If
Now
anything, we
we're
started
just-
too strong, and then
Yeah,
we
started
got really low.
We got
Yeah.
50 episodes, though.
50.
Three.
Three.
It was supposed to be 53, but now it went down.
Well,
to
it's
52.
53 minus 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Technical difficulties. Technical
That's
di-
fine.
and an ex-friend.
Yeah.
That's not an ex.
Express.
Just joking. Just being toxic. Just being toxic.
Crisis.
Yeah. But I see you have your laptop. What do you have for us? I feel like you're going to tell us something. Like, I don't know.
No, I was just going to put questions in here. Like, what should we talk about?
Oh, I thought you already had questions. That's what I thought.
No, I thought you guys had questions.
We did.
Well,
We
I
already
thought,
answered the
yeah,
question.
I thought maybe everybody just takes control whenever they want. no?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing that.
Yeah.
Everyone has.
Yeah, that's funny. You take the wheel.
Yeah, birthday. I mean, this birthday episode wanted to be fun. It
All right,
is
well, let's
fun.
talk about birthdays because, I mean, you're 34 now. You started your podcast. You're, pretty much a new
In
year
a
of life
new-
for you.
a
What
new
are your
stage.
goals now? I mean, from here to 35.
35. No, I think it's crazy being 34, leaving my job. It's been a year now, essentially, since I left my job.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mentally, how has that been?
Oh, it feels amazing for me, if you ask me.
How has that experience been? Like
I
just
feel like
staying away
that
from
question direct to me, too.
staying away from work.
I've been away from work for 8 months, so it feels amazing.
I mean, you see. I think this is what most people, I would say, if they ever have a chance to take a risk, just maybe leave a job or start something new, is to do it. Just because you rediscover what you wanted to do later on in life. And I think it's a privilege to be able to do that when you're still learning or have people to support you. So I'm glad that I'm doing this podcast. Thank you for inspiring me.
Oh, no, you're welcome.
And I'm learning a lot, and I'm actually, it's the first time that I feel that I get to tell my story and that I get to share what I know and share with other people. Hopefully inspires other people through my podcast. But and I really just love the editing and creative process.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I think I also feel the same way. I mean, although our podcast is a little more everywhere, it's still a
I mean,
learning
it's not
process
really everywhere.
because
You're still doing movies and
yeah,
events.
yeah, but I think it's still a learning process because even between the relationship between me and Turkey is like it's very highly almost the same, but
It's very volatile,
but
actually.
Okay,
it's more toxic
It's,
off the
if it-
podcast,
yeah,
but
yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
it could be the
I
same.
feel like
though.
the podcast is the only glue right now.
Yeah.
I do want to say, how do you think, because you're obviously you were friends before the podcast. How do you think your relationship has changed now that you work together on a podcast? And it's sort of
just Turkey's
more volatile. Yeah, more.
tell me
volatile.
more. Tell me more.
Where do I start? No, it's fine. No, I mean it feels the same. It's just now there's this thing, it's like this link that's holding us together now. You know what I mean? I
But
don't
what
know.
was holding you together before?
Actually, you
Just-
know what? I was holding us together.
Yeah.
I was the one
Yeah.
coming to his house because he wouldn't come to my house.
Yeah.
Then I eventually had to move in to see him more often. He's
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
Lalo, that's a bromance.
I know, I
it's
love him.
the introverted thing again.
That's what
you
we were
know?
talking
Like,
about on our last episode. We're like, dude, I love you, dude.
Okay, but you guys
Love you.
are, would you say you're best friends?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
I think
I think so.
I think above that, I feel like he's like I'm closer. I mean, I don't want to say this like because I love my brothers, but I feel like I've grown a bond, like a brother bond, more with Turkey than I ever had with my other brothers. Sometimes, I mean, I love them to death. I love my brothers, and they know them. They always be my brothers. But Turkey just always been like the brother for me.
Damn straight.
Yeah,
And with this
Yeah.
podcast,
and yeah, on the podcast too. I mean, yeah, it's just like a different type of family. Like and it's so feels so it still feels so like normal. Like his family treats me like I'm their kid and stuff. So that even brought us closer.
Yeah, he came to my nest.
Yeah, I was like,
You had to
he
move
tried
it.
to kick me out.
He left it from his nest. He came over to my nest.
But you know what? There is people who unfortunately don't have that.
Yeah.
Like you can have like you can move in with your best friend and whatever, and then you're just
Yeah, it's weird.
you just don't want to be. You don't want to see this person. You're like, oh, this person is a certain way. This person does this. I don't like the way they actually do this. I'd rather be apart from them. But with Turkey, it's a little bit of half and half with him. Sometimes he doesn't want to like me knocking at his door.
boundaries.
The boundaries, But
Boundaries.
now,
But it's funny that you
but-
had to move in
yeah.
to be closer to him.
Yeah, it's because I mean, like during the pandemic, we didn't see each other. Like we maybe just saw each other maybe once. I think you had to mail me my birthday gift or something like that. I forgot what it was.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, did I go pick it up?
I don't even remember anything.
I think I think I had to come pick up my birthday gift because he wouldn't go drop it off for the pandemic. It was
He
my.
wouldn't
it
go
was-
drop off his
I'm
own
not gonna
birthday.
lie. I really forgot what happened.
It was
during the
my
pandemic.
Chivas.
Oh yeah.
I think I had to come pick it up
Yep.
because he wouldn't
You
go drop it
definitely
off.
had to come pick that up.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
But other than that, like when I finally moved in here, like even then we still have our space though. Like we still have our space.
Yeah, I think that's the important thing. Space. You need space. You know what I mean?
I mean, you're an introvert. Of course, you need
you
space.
need that space.
I don't
you
want
know?
that space, Turkey.
Ugh.
If I could just
I
be
hate that
cuddled
sm-
up next to you,
It just feels
breathing
smothering.
the same hot air you breathe, I'm down, bro.
Ugh.
I'm not down.
You know?
But you know what I mean. Yeah, but I mean, this podcast has really been like still. I mean, it's always gonna be. It's sad because like I said, I'm gonna start work, so I don't know how it's gonna work out. But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work either.
but
How would you say? What would you say to someone that wants to start a podcast, but maybe they're doing it all on their own? What would you say?
I mean, just do it. Like honestly, you just do it.
But
'Cause
what would you say is the first thing they need to do?
It took you. I mean, I guess for me, like if I was, because for me, if I was doing one of my own, I thought about it at one point. I thought about it, and I was like, I don't know where to start. But now that I am doing it, I think I could do one on my own.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I should, because I would rather do it with my buddy here. But if anybody who's gonna do their own podcast, like have like something like you have, like have like your own like topic to our like your main thing to talk about. Unless you're gonna talk about everything or anything,
Yeah.
I think just do it. I don't know, Turkey. What do you think? I really don't know what to say.
For somebody that's just starting out, just on their own.
I mean, just know you're gonna love it. I guess just know you're gonna love it and do it, because if you're gonna be scared, then there's no reason for you to be behind the mic. To be honest, but once you do it, honestly, people just are so scared of their voice. I'm scared of my voice. I've gotten to the point where I listen to it every week.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like,
I listen to episodes and I sometimes I'm like, why do I sound like that? Why?
yeah,
And
But
you know what?
You sound fine on your podcast.
even
If
the
anything,
first
you sound
time,
you sound like those. Have you heard those NPR casts? You
Yeah.
sound like that. You have that voice for like NPR. You have like what do they call the ASMR kind of voice?
Oh,
Yeah.
ASMR soothing.
Yeah, the soothing voice.
Everyone, you know,
It's very
I've,
soothing.
I've
that
gotten a
feedback
compliment that I
lot.
have that.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if somebody falls asleep to your podcast. Like not in a not in a bad way, you know what I mean? But like in a soothing way. Like they just snuggle up in bed.
So are you saying I should change my topic?
No,
and
what
just
I'm
be
saying
like,
is you
this
could
is a sleeping
no,
podcast?
but I'm saying you could start another podcast where you could just tell little lullaby stories and then people go fall asleep. You know what I mean? Like you just
And
listen to your voice,
little
your soothing
But that's
voice.
what I'm saying. I feel as if
But it's hypnotizing
it's
though.
too. I want it. Obviously, I want it to be engaging,
Mhm.
and
But see, that's where your flair, your you know, like that,
Yeah.
that you said that you get what's it called earlier? You said it. You get you said a word, a specific word.
Ambitious.
No, you get fired up.
Oh.
Oh,
You know,
when I do a podcast.
no, but you bring that fire. You know, with
Yeah.
And-
I mean, I think it is easier. I will say that if you're doing it on your own and you're recording, or maybe you're recording yourself, it's hard to what's the word I'm looking for? It's hard to summon up the energy to just be like, "Hey, welcome to my podcast today, blah blah blah." And when you're with other people, obviously you both, when you're doing a podcast
Yeah,
episode,
you're
you're
feeding off each other.
feeding off of each other's energy.
Yeah.
So I think there's obviously many different ways to do it, but if you need some encouragement or something that fires you up, maybe starting a podcast with a close friend or someone else can really work, unless you can find a way to really figure out how to do it on your own. But pump yourself up, because I know there are times where I do have to pump myself up, and I'm doing it on my own, and I'm literally in my room alone talking.
Mhm.
You know?
I know, and you know what? This is where I feel like going back to the introverted archetype kind of comes in a little bit. Is like you kind of do have an advantage because in a way, as an introvert, you kind of do have inner dialogue with yourself all the time. You're always in your head, kind of.
Yeah.
So when I think like actually doing it and like speaking into a mic it's pretty intimidating at first,
Yeah.
but once you kind of hone into that, you're like, oh, okay, it's kind of like talking to myself. This is me, my inner dialogue,
Yeah.
kind of discussing things thoroughly enough for if someone else were to listen, right?
Yeah.
But again, it goes back to like,
I think, yeah, well, I like that, but I think that's why I also really enjoy editing, because when you go back and listen and you're listening and you didn't like the way this was said, or you can re-record or you can edit, and it just, there's a way that editing just brings to life what
but
you're
can I tell you
saying.
something?
What?
I think I know why you're really loving the editing part,
Why?
and I'll tell you why.
Tell me.
It's because you're tapping into your creativity.
Mm,
This is how you're learning how to be creative.
yeah.
Because when you're talking, and it's kind of like, all right, let's just say the creation of the world, right? It's like there's matter, there's just like endless, the formless matter, right?
Yeah.
And then it's created into something concrete. It's into your idea. So
yeah.
when you record stuff, it's just this
It's
endless,
just,
it's just this
thoughts.
free flow, and then
Yeah.
later you go in and construct it. You put it together. Make it nice.
Yeah.
Make it look beautiful, and it's like that. It's kind of like when you say, where do we get our ideas from, right?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, that idea probably didn't come from me,
Yeah.
but what does come from you is the form that you put it out to the world.
Yeah, the way that
The way you filter it out.
edit and put it out, and it could have been different ways. That's why this cross promo episode. There's
Yeah.
two. Well, I think I don't
Sick.
know. I
Yeah.
don't know, but we'll see. I think that was for me when I started to see how things you can edit and create something that came from your ability to
Yeah, exactly.
learn. I literally learned how to edit, and that to me, if you think about it, later on you could go and get a job as a podcast editor
Exactly.
somewhere
Yeah.
And
else.
there's a lot of jobs that are coming out.
Yeah.
A lot of them. Because
Mhm.
I think even Netflix wants to do podcasts
I
at
think
one point too.
Spotify even has like a building somewhere in downtown. And I have a
For
friend.
podcasting.
I have a friend who does. She started her own podcast during the pandemic, and I you know what? I just met her like maybe a little less than a year ago. Maybe about a year ago, I met her, and she had told me about her podcast, and we had barely started our podcast, and she got invited to like the Spotify studios. She got to interview the drummer from Tears for Fears, and she got connected, and now she's doing good. But like I'll introduce you to her. She's very artistic and very she's really cool. But she did it on her own, and she did it just with a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but she went above and beyond. She really went, and then that's one thing that we kind of I want to get more to. Like, I wouldn't care if I have to go to San Diego to interview somebody or to go see somebody.
Tom DeLonge.
Now it's just time to get my boy here, my boy to invite him, and not have boundaries
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah, a lot of
No.
boundaries. But yeah, I think going back to that question though, like it really has to come down to something you really want to talk about too. I think that's what I've kind of learned throughout these couple of episodes I've done with my buddy over here, is that you really gotta you really gotta realize that what you say, like I understand that having endless conversation is fine, but like at the end of the day, like if you're not like, you almost have to like put some sort of meaning to your words.
Yeah.
You can't just endlessly vomit words all the time. It's
Even though it's fun in
it's
the
fun.
moment, right?
It's fun. When you have friends and you just want to chitter chatter, but at the end you always want to send a message, even if
Yeah.
it's the smallest, but with the biggest impact. You want to do that.
You heard that here. Send a message.
Hey,
Damn.
Deliver it.
Deliver.
Yeah.
I mean that's what I think I'm very I got very lucky to have Turkey in my life, and to have that co-host that because even when we started it, we were like, we still have no sense of sometimes of what we're doing, but
Yeah, but
at the end, like, he does what he just said. Like, he does that, and that's something that I don't have, just because I'm just so goofy, and he has like more of he's like just know what he wants to say sometimes.
You compliment each
Yeah,
other.
so that's and he's like he's like the backbone to my to the podcast. So
But at the end, like every beginning is gonna start off not the best, even if
Yeah.
you don't think it's the best, but it's gonna refine itself at one point. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's like a dull blade. You're gonna sharpen it eventually. So I wouldn't worry about the little things now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just focus more on your message than anything. Like editing should be second. But like again, if you're discovering that now, like you're really into that, and that's gonna even sharpen your voice even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you heard it here, guys.
I would say, when I heard your intro, I was like, wait, is this the same intro Turkey did? Like, wait, no, this is not the one. This is not the
Don't-
one.
I know.
Don't bring-
I know.
don't bring that topic
Yeah,
back,
don't
dude.
bring that up.
We had buried that.
If anything, she should use that intro for her episode.
Then the one that Turkey made.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Okay. Well, now we're here. You can send it to
It's
me.
too
Yeah.
I
late.
can
It's
li-
too
We,
late.
we actually could put it on your hard drive today.
It's
yeah,
too
put
late,
it on
actually.
my hard drive.
It's
fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It was a promo. It wasn't even an intro though.
No, but I needed to learn on my own. You needed
No,
to
that's the best
let
way.
me fly on my own.
That's the best way. No, because it's
She
true.
even threw the spirit fingers too.
It's true because later when you bring on more people, because eventually your podcast will take off and you're gonna need people to help you, right? So you understanding everything
Yeah.
from the foundation is gonna help you be their best boss.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell them.
Well, I mean, she's already a boss, bro. What are you talking
No, I know, but in the aspect of podcasts, you know what I mean? Like,
I think that's what that's the way I operate is I like to learn something hands-on first before if I need to outsource it somewhere else.
yeah,
Because I don't know, like it's just a way that I like to lead, and the way that I like to be a leader is if I'm gonna tell someone or manage someone in whatever they're doing, if
You
I'm
wanna
going to
have
be
an
a
idea.
thoughtful leader, I
Yeah.
should at least have some basic knowledge or foundation about what they're doing.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
again.
I think that's for me. I mean, I don't think that, obviously, I don't think it's necessary for that to be the case all the time if you want to be a good leader. But I think for me, it's what I need to
Yeah.
feel like, okay, thank you for being part of this team. This is what I need from you. And this is how I do it. You can definitely have your own way of doing it. And at the same time, this, I know I have some knowledge, so I do have some ideas. So if we can work together to create something that's creative and beyond quality, I think that that's how I like to.
Yeah, and even going back to the horrible bosses, I think that's what creates a horrible boss is that people just learn what they think they need to get ahead, but they don't learn anything really. They just learn what they need to get to the next step, but at the end you realize you're just using like these steps not in correlation with each other, and then you're fucking in charge of a whole department. You don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, because most of the there's a lot of bosses that just don't even know
like
what the fuck is going on.
resumes and shit. Like when you
Yeah.
give when you update your resume and you say you're doing some job and you don't know how to do it.
Yeah, or just people
Excel.
that
Like I still don't even know how to use Excel, to be honest. And I say I'm Excel proficient, but I'm not. I still need to know how to do the equations on that bullshit. It's so confusing for me. Like if I don't know numbers and letters together, like it makes me even more dyslexic than anything. So
Yeah, it definitely, I think that that's just my own foundation for what it means to be, at a minimum, I think for me, a good leader.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You at least want to know a little bit of the basics.
little bit. Okay, we're at 57.
I mean, we can wrap it up to you,
It's up
Betty.
to
I
you.
know you have a busy schedule.
Yeah.
A what?
A busy schedule.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
A busy schedule.
What?
Can I say it?
Yeah.
I thought he said you have a bitchy schedule. I was like, all right, hurry up. You got a bitchy
Betty.
schedule.
Yeah, Betty, you gotta
What
go
would
because
be
you have a
a-
bitchy schedule
What's
for your
a
birthday.
bitchy schedule?
I
I don't know.
know.
That's what I thought he said.
Bitchy schedule.
He's like, no, you got a busy
You
schedule.
know, you gotta be a boss ass bitch. That's
Oh,
what it
yeah,
is.
that is
Right.
true. Yeah,
Mhm.
bitchy
Yeah.
schedule, boss as bitch.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I see. That's the reason.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You want to close it out? You can close it out because this is.
Well, we can do two.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Just,
Okay. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate your time, Lalo,
Wow.
Turkey. Woo! Maybe we
Ooh.
can do. Is there like a little
Yeah.
like yay like thing
you have to
here?
raise up the volume though, and it's a yellow one.
Yeah. A little too loud.
Yeah, guys, gotta keep it down. Gotta keep it down there.
Yeah.
I want to thank you guys for doing this with me. I know I had an idea and I was like, you know what? Let me do it with two of my best friends. My best friends.
Oh, we were
Thank you,
option two.
appreciate it.
And thank you for doing this on my birthday.
Happy birthday to
my
you.
hope is that this is a birthday bonus episode where it's just fun.
Yeah, happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, Betty. That was loud too.
And
This crowd too loud today, bro. This crowd be loud today.
yeah, but I hope you took away something from this episode and had
Yeah,
fun. Had fun listening to it.
And hi to Betty's audience.
Yeah. Hi to Betty's audience.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think I don't know how many listeners I have though, but 8, 7.
That's fine.
It's all good.
It's better than
I mean,
I don't know.
it's a crossover episode, guys. Thank you guys for
Crossover.
joining us too, and thank you for making this happen too. Because this is pretty cool that we get to collab. Yeah, I know. Finally, huh? Finally, we can say we're collabing because you were just joining our podcast.
Yeah.
Now we're collabing.
Now we're collabing.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I guess we could all say little small words before we leave. I don't know.
I said mine.
Oh yeah, and I said Turkey. What are you gonna say?
take cares out there.
I don't know. That's all he says. That's his takeaway every fucking time. Like every time he says like a good message, positive message.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well,
Be safe
okay.
out there
Take care of yourself.
and take
wait,
cares.
wait. What's your what?
I thought somebody's out the window.
No. What's your takeaway message?
My takeaway message is
Stay safe.
Stay
Take
s-
care.
stay safe.
No, that's your takeaway for Parallel Boys. What's
Oh.
your takeaway for Be a Boss Coaching?
Hey, you know what? All those future bosses, one day I'm gonna need a fucking job, and you're gonna. I'm right here. I'm open. I got my resume. I'm ready. But no, for reals. Be the best. Be the best boss you can out there, because all the people you look over, they have something important, huh?
Maybe even yourself, looking over yourself.
Yeah, just looking over yourself. But yeah, just know the responsibility you have in your hands when you're a boss, and know that it's not easy, but it is very rewarding if done well. So take care.
All right, guys.
I know you, Lalo.
Oh, man, he was about to cut me off.
No.
I guess
What's your
it's because I'm
takeaway?
starting my new trucking career, and eventually I want to be
A trucking career?
Yeah, I'm a trucking career. I guess I want to be an owner operator, so I want to know what it is to be a boss, because it would be cool to own a fleet. But yeah, I guess don't be scared to do it. I mean,
Just
right
do
now
it.
I don't have the funds to do it, so technically I can't do it yet. But when I do, I have the money and the time to do it. I'm gonna just go for it. And I think the best way to start is just buying my own truck, and then
And I can see that
yeah.
happening
And I
for
think
you.
and I think you touch base with with starting a podcast. Pretty much just like with anything else, being a
Yeah.
boss and starting your own business. So that's one thing that I could take away from this. That if I want to do it, even if I do it wrong, I might fail on it. Like, it's just part of the process.
Part of the
And
process.
stay tuned for Lalo's future truck vlogs.
Yeah.
Start vlogging while he's trucking.
I might start a vlog on from my trucking experiences. So I might just be traveling, anything I see cool, or any cool experiences, or any terrible experiences.
I think you have a great advantage. I think you have a great advantage if you start early. So like that, like people that are actually like starting it as well, they can see the process.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean?
definitely too, because I mean, well, the first month I won't be able to, but I know definitely after that I probably could get something going. So
Yeah.
that'd be cool. But yeah, that's what I took away from it, and yeah, thank you for.
I'm sorry. I wish I had better. I wish I came more prepared. To be
You're
honest, I didn't think it
fine.
was gonna be this early.
No, this is fine. Remember, this is a crossover episode. So where can we find you?
All right, so aparalleldiscussion.ask at gmail.com is our fan mail, and then Instagram is paralleldiscussion.pod, and that's where you could add us. And we're only on Spotify and YouTube to listen to us, and yeah.
And send in your poem, because we're still waiting for a poem.
Okay, there was. If you guys go back to our episodes, Turkey wanted to hear a poem.
Yeah, send us a
me.
poem, and you get a free ticket to go see Arctic Monkey. So
Yeah.
all right.
So yeah. And yeah,
Cool.
and you, where your social?
This is so.
I know.
Where
We're
am
still
I
trying to figure this out.
Yeah, we're just figuring it out. Well, and remember, you can follow me at Be a Boss Coaching on Instagram and on TikTok, and come on over to beabosscoaching.com, where you can listen to my podcast. You can look at my blog and book a call with me if you're exploring coaching. I'd love to get to know more about you, but yeah, that's where I'm at.
Woo!
That's a
Wait,
wrap.
supposed to clap again. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Peace out, everybody. Thank you, Betty. Be a boss. For all those bosses out there, thank you. And the Parallel Boys and the bosses are out.
Are out.
Peace.
Peace.